What's up guys, NepentheZ here and welcome back to another episode of Draft to Glory. In yesterday's episode, once again we smashed over 6,000 likes. If we could get more thumbs up than that again, it would be very much appreciated. One of the things that I noticed in yesterday's video was a tear between the subscriber bases. And I feel like every now and then I just have to explain the reasoning between taking players that aren't necessarily specifically perfect for the team versus taking meta teams versus taking non-meta teams. Like it's really weird because literally the same people will say stop taking 99 Ronaldo, stop taking the Premier League players, but those same people complain when I lose in the first round and take obscure choices. Like, if you want me to win more drafts, I have to draft meta teams. If you want to see more obscure teams, understand that I won't be able to win so much. So, you know, there's got to be a good mix there. In the last episode, people were saying I should have taken Marquinhos instead of Pogba. That's very fair. But a lot of people were saying that they don't want to see Premier League and so on and so forth. But watch what happens when I pick a striker, dudes. Let's see what it offers me. Premier League, shit. So there's 4 players that I'm never ever going to use. What do I take here? What can I take here? Other than this Romelu Lukaku, people say, oh, don't always have to pick the best player. Blah. Like, I could take this Philip guy if you wanted me to, but I'm not going to be able to win the draft with this dude because he's terrible. The other thing that comes up a lot that I think is interesting to talk about is, for example, if I have... Who have we got here? So again, it's just trash. It is actually just trash. I'm going to probably take Dos Santos. I might take Tosun because he's high rated, so we could get a 193 potentially. At this point, none of these strikers are going to be in my club. All right, none of them are going to start the game. There's none from a major league. Arguably Falcao, but it's unlikely I'm going to get enough League One players to be able to fit him in with chemistry. So why not go for the highest rated, right? Dos Santos is a decent player, to be fair. His card is quite nice. 4-star. Nice pace and dribbling, nice shooting. His physical is a bit meh. And Tosun has actually got very nice dribbling, shooting and physical. 4-star weak foot, decent pace and passing. He would actually make a good cam. So we could sub him on as a cam. So I am going to pick him. Now what some people would say is, there are games where I might start Ronaldo here on 4 chemistry and instead of potentially Tosun on 10 chemistry, and people say, oh, stop starting players off chemistry just because you like them, it's not for the better. Well, actually, Ronaldo on 4 chemistry will still have much better stats than Tosun on 10 chemistry. So just because you don't understand the way chemistry, chem styles and in-game attributes are affected by that, it doesn't mean that I'm wrong. Doesn't always mean that I'm right either. For example, there were times, like in the last episode, you know, Marquinhos might have been a better pick. I won the draft anyway. I don't really see the issue. But again, we're offered up horrible choices here. So if I did take Falcao, Moutinho would have worked, right? But am I really going to play Moutinho and Falcao? Am I really going to win the draft with Moutinho and Falcao? I'm absolutely not. I could take Barkley. He works because he gives a strong link to Lukaku. Am I really going to win the draft with Barkley and Lukaku? Lukaku is a solid player. Barkley isn't bad and would be subbed out. He has that 5-star weak foot. He's 6'2" tall. He's got some stuff going for him. Am I really going to be using Barkley in games? Most probably not. So you know, Falcao and what leagues we got here? So yeah, so Falcao and Moutinho versus Barkley and Lukaku. Either Falcao, if I took him, or Lukaku had to go off. Now we're in an interesting position again where we've got a bad Calcio A midfielder, a bad La Liga midfielder. He's not like horrendous, but you know, really bad defending and physical, high work rates, 2-star weak foot, not interested. Another bad Calcio A midfielder, and then we've got Jensen or Hamsik. Now, I could take Hamsik because he's from Napoli, so he gets some good links. He's actually a really good card. Could take Jensen because he might make a very good sub. As a cam, as a centre midfield, either of those, he'd make a very good sub. So my 2 choices are here. Now, most people would probably go for Hamsik because he would fit the meta more. And that's exactly what I would do too. I don't just take team of the season players because they're team of the season players. Sometimes I do. It is throwing in my face. Look at that. It's almost the same pick. Herrera's not... Man, who do I even take here? Could take Gundogan, could take Fabregas. Now I kind of want to take Jensen, right? Because Herrera's regular card just isn't very good. It's just not well enough rounded. He's high, 4-star, 4-star. His other stats are good. Asamoah just doesn't fit the team anyway, right? We have no Calcio. Oh, we do have a Calcio player in there, I suppose, but Asamoah is not good enough. I'm not going to play you with him. And same as Herrera, he's not good enough. Gundogan is okay. Fabregas is okay. Jensen I'm going to take for a sub. Now that move right there will probably trigger a lot of people. But for me, it's the smart choice because I know it's going to be the thing that works. Now what do we take? Pogba, De Bruyne as a Belgian gets a strong link to Lukaku. That's quite smart. Not going to take Gundogan. Marquisio only gets a soft link to Hamsik. It's going to be De Bruyne that I take. De Bruyne is going to go in there. We're going to swap those two around like that. And eventually Barkley's probably going to come out. But I took De Bruyne. We can actually put him in there. Does that work? No. I took De Bruyne just because I think he's a better player. I could have taken Pogba, but because of the links, I took De Bruyne. Kyle Walker is the smart choice here. See now, this is where things get interesting, right? Because I know that Kyle Walker is just the smart choice here. I put Barkley at right centre mid, Lukaku at right forwards. Lukaku's on chem, Barkley's on chem, Walker's on chem. De Bruyne is only one link short of being on chem. But I see that Philippe Lahm card and I think, you know what, I might just take that. I wish I took that Vidal now instead of Jensen. If I could predict the future, I would have taken Arturo Vidal. Do I really want Lahm? Probably not. I'm going to take Kyle Walker just because I do, like I say, I want to win drafts. And for me to win drafts, I need to take the right players. And although you guys don't necessarily always agree with me what the right players are, I know what works best for me. And what works best for me is the players that I pick. Most of the time, you know, sometimes I do just get it wrong, right? Sometimes I get it wrong. What are we going to do here? I might just take Eric Bailly here. See, if I just take a full Premier League team, it's just boring, right? That's why I try and, like, you know, sometimes I take the right thing, sometimes I take the wrong thing. But a lot of the times I just try and mix it up. We've got Calcio, no Calcio left back. Norwegian or Italian, none of that. I mean, let's just take a chem style here, I guess. Let's take the Hunter card from Zirkov. And it's ultimately it just comes down to it being like my choice. Do you know what I mean? Like, what do I want? Because if you guys don't agree with the way that I draft, you can feel free to draft. You know what I mean? The game mode is there for you as well. This is an interesting one. I could just put Hazard up front off chem, but it would be way off chem. Could take Monreal for a good left back, or I could take Neymar for a sub. See, like right here, I don't know what you guys would do here. I would take Neymar as a sub. You guys might take Bellerin or Monreal or Hazard because they're all Premier League players. But Bellerin is a right back. I've already got a right back. Monreal is a left back who's just not very good, so I'll take my chances on a different left back. Eden Hazard doesn't fit for chemistry, and Neymar would be a substitute. So Neymar goes in. I've now got a huge player on the bench to bring on as a sub, no matter what happens with the rest of the team. Next up, we get... I will actually take Handanovic because we do have some sort of Calcio left-hand side midfield. With that being said, we do need a few more Premier League centre mids to go in there and a Premier League striker. See, now I'll take Hazard, right? 93 Hazard is fine. 93 Hazard is so big that the lack of chemistry isn't going to be a huge issue. Doesn't matter which way around we put him either, he's going to get the same chemistry. And then we've got another good sub for Tosun. So now we literally just need Premier League because Calcio is not going to work. We'll take Antonio Valencia this time as well. We'll pop him in at left back. And him, this is what I think this is where people struggle to understand my mentality. So this is why I'm kind of talking you guys through it. Because my mentality here is Monreal would not be the greatest left back and I'd rather take my chances, which I did. Antonio Valencia, even on 5 or 6 chemistry if I get the manager at left back, will still be an incredible right back because he still actually gets a stat boost to his card because of the way chemistry works. So it's not, I haven't like made a mistake here or anything like that. This is still like very, very good. The only thing I need now is 2 Premier League midfielders to swap out for Hamsik and the other dude. Can't remember his name. We'll go for Gareth Bale there as another sub. So we've got some solid subs there. Ronaldo, Neymar, and Gareth Bale. Tosun and Handanovic to potentially bring the rating up. Our team in general is quite high rated as well. I need I need Premier League players. Oh man, Hugo Lloris is big as well. So we'll throw Hugo Lloris in goal. We'll pop Neymar on the bench, and that puts us up to a 90 rated team. Literally all I need, bros. All I need is a couple of midfielders. That's it. A couple of midfielders will just sort me to the point where this team is even just one Premier League midfielder. Actually, might even be able to get away with a Premier League defender. Oh, I'll definitely take Marcelo. Another sub there. My centre-backs are already fine, so I didn't need to take those Premier League centre-backs. It's the midfield spot that's going to be the issue. Am I going to get the Premier League midfielder or not? Those are the differences. I'll take Orban as well for rating, because we're on a roll here for rating, dudes. This may well be a 192 or a 193. This may well be a super high rated draft. I just need those Premier League midfielders. We get Nasser Chadli. That is big for us. He goes in. We can put him in at cam, bang. Nasser Chadli comes up huge. I wonder if we can still get a bit more chem out of this. No, so 92. I literally need I need one more Premier League player. I need this to be a Premier League. It doesn't matter who it is. Just any Premier League player should put me up to 90 to 100 chemistry. So we get Lucas Podolski. Do I have any Germans? I don't have any Germans, so he doesn't work. I'm going to take Lamar. Because he's high rated. And then last but not least, let me do chem styles first, because I do want to do chem styles with this team. And again, you guys may well not agree with the way that I'm drafting, with the things that I'm doing, and that's absolutely fine. You know, not everyone's going to agree with my methods and how I do things, but this is how I do things, and this is how I like to do things. Do we have another hunter? Yes, we do. Literally just going to put pace on everyone. It's going to be shadows or hunters all around. Shadows, hunters, or catalysts all around with backbone. I don't even know if I can get a Premier League midfielder here, but just a Premier League player is what I need. To get to 100 chemistry, I need a Premier League player, and we didn't get one. Which is quite sad, because that now means that we won't be able to get a 100 chem team. So even if this is like my highest rated team, I won't be able to get 100 chemistry on it, which is pretty. It sucks a little bit, but at the end of the day, it is what it is. Pop him there, pop him there. It's still a good team, this, actually. Funnily enough, well, I think it is anyway. I'm sure you guys have your own opinions and own views on whether or not it's a good team or not. What are we doing here to try and get some more chemistry? See, everyone has chem except Hazard. How is this so far off chem? Obviously the left back. Do I have another striker? So Tosun takes us up to 91. He takes us up to 90. There's no one really that I can actually put in here that would benefit hugely. Just because of because Bale, Marcelo, and Ronaldo are all wingers. It's just real difficult for me to get anything more out of it. That goes up to 89 chemistry. I could probably get like 92 chem. Yeah, I can get 92 chemistry if I put Tosun at striker. But Tosun against Ronaldo, like, maybe in that sense, it actually would be more beneficial to put Tosun there and then sub Ronaldo on, because Ronaldo would come on with better links, essentially. I quite rate this team, though. Barkley isn't the best. Nasser Chadli will stay there for now. Is there a way to get more? I don't see a way to get better chemistry out of this, guys, because I've got too many, like, I could put Bale or Marcelo in, it just wouldn't work. Just for chem links there again. I'll show you, dudes. Let me put Bale in here, we lose mad chemistry. Marcelo in here, we go up to 86. And then perhaps Ronaldo in at that left forward spot. 83 goes up to, I mean, that's 88 chemistry. That is probably better. That's probably a better overall team. It's almost the same chemistry. It's only like 3 chemistry points different, and it's much, much better team, in my opinion. What do you guys reckon on that? Not that you can answer, really, but obviously the bad points of this team are Hazard and Bale. Well, Bale's a solid centre mid. High, medium, 6 foot, 4-star skill moves. He'll make a good centre mid. Hazard not the best centre mid, so Hazard will swap with Nasser Chadli. And what that does is it gets 2 relatively bad players, like look at Barkley and look at Bale's stats. This is what I try and explain to people. Bale has so much more pace, shooting, passing, dribbling, defending, and a little bit more physical, that even on the 3 chemistry points that Gareth Bale has, and if I can get a La Liga manager, the 4 chemistry points that Gareth Bale will have, will make him a better in-game player than Ross Barkley. In fact, on the screen right now, I will show you the stats. So as you can see, dudes, if you look just at the face cards, I know they're not like true to the in-game stats, but if you look at the face cards, Bale has 1 more pace than Barkley based on 3 chemistry, not 4, just in case we don't get a manager. 3 more dribbling, 13 more shooting, 3 less passing, same physical, same defending. If we then give Gareth Bale that extra chemistry from the manager, which will also boost up the squad chemistry, Bale goes up to 6 more pace, 16 more shooting, 1 more passing, 3 more physical, 4 more defending, and 6 more dribbling. So as long as, like, if we don't get a manager, Bale is better than Barkley anyway. And if we do get a manager, Bale is miles better than Barkley. So that's why I do those things. It's not to, like, piss people off or, you know, force team of the season cards. By the way, we've actually got 8 team of the seasons here. This inadvertently is the highest amount of team of the seasons I've ever had in a draft, which is wild. But yeah, bottom line is Gareth Bale is better than Barkley would have been at centre mid, and that's just a fact. That is just the facts. We've actually got a sick team here. We've got a lot of Belgians in here. A La Liga manager would make this just so much more better. Basically, we didn't get a La Liga manager, so we can improve Ronaldo to 4 chemistry. We can improve Marcelo, who's already on 10 chemistry. We can improve Hazard to 4 chemistry. Super League manager does nothing. Bundesliga manager does nothing. So the choices are either Ronaldo or Hazard to 4 chemistry. Because of how good Ronaldo already is, I'm going to boost Hazard to 4 chemistry. So we get a 91 rated, 89 chemistry team. In my opinion, and it's just my opinion, of course, this team is incredible. The changes that will be made in-game is that Nasser Chadli will be swapped down for Hazard in-game, so they'll just switch in. And then what we've got is, if Nasser Chadli's not competing, Jensen on 5 chemistry, which is what he'll come on at, but well, around there, is so much better than Nasser Chadli. He's a good sub. Hamsik, a solid sub to come in. We can bring on Tosun at cam if we need to. We've got Neymar to come on for Lukaku if he gets tired. We've got some unbelievable substitutes and an incredible team. And that is why I draft the way I draft, because my mind says that someone like 91 Bale here is better than 81 Barkley no matter the chemistry. And the way that chemistry works and what EA have explained is that I know that that's the correct thing. I just know that, like, that's factually the correct thing. It might not be the most aesthetically pleasing way to draft, but for me to get as many wins as I can on the board, this is what I do. Anyway, this is the end of the draft. Let's get into the action. In before I go out in first round. Okay guys, as we go into the gameplay, the first opponent we come up against has got 94 chemistry, 90 rated, 3-4-3 team, some very good players in there, some La Liga players in there, and some Premier League players in there. Fancy that. Fancy that. Very nice team overall though. Suarez, Ronaldo, Messi, Willian, Chan, Torre, Butragueno. He subbed out Huth straight away, and I believe Van Dijk late on in the game, but it didn't make a single shred of difference. His team played like a dream. First goal comes, a little bit of a mix-up in the box from my opponent's defence, and Nasser Chadli, before I had a chance to even move him back to centre midfield, scores the goal. So I thought, you know what, let's just leave him at cam. If he gets the first goal in the draft, why not just leave him at cam? We then pick up the ball in the defensive third. Cristiano Ronaldo turns on the ball, shields off Yaya Toure. A bad loose pass from my opponent sends Hazard through from Nasser Chadli, and Eden Hazard drills out one past the keeper. So Hazard from centre midfield scores, Chadli from cam scores and assists. How can I change a working cog? And there is Nasser Chadli again playing in Eden Hazard. Again, Hazard slots that one through to Cristiano Ronaldo. Back to Eden Hazard. Hazard shoots. It hits De Gea. My opponent's defence again as weak as you like. Hazard plays it to De Bruyne. De Bruyne shoots. It takes a deflection, but it goes into the back of the net. My opponent did manage to pull 1 goal back late on. Beautiful finish from Yaya Toure. Great little finesse shot past the keeper, who just stands there and watches, and that was that for my opponent's goal. Marcelo breaks down the left-hand side just after my opponent scores. This guy doesn't look like he wants to tackle him. Marcelo gets in behind the one challenge, passes it to Marek Hamšík. Hamšík plays it into Lamar. Lamar plays it off to Hazard, and Hazard scores again. Could have had a hat-trick this game, so having Eden Hazard on full chemistry in the midfield there, no problem at all. My opponent decided to rage quit off that goal, and we sailed through into the second round. I was more pleased just to get to the second round after saying all those things in the drafting stage, you know, saying this is why I draft this is why I draft that. I would have been so embarrassed if I went out in the first round. The next opponent we come up against has got a 1-9-2, a very good team. Suarez, Ronaldo, and Messi again, fancy that. La Liga and Premier League again, fancy that. I'm not kidding, dudes. If you want to win in draft, if you want to give yourself the best opportunity, you've just got to take what the meta thinks. Don't get me wrong, I would love to take a team of the season Jorgensen or a team of the season Giuliano. But where are they? They don't show up. You know what I mean? They just don't show up to be used. So if they don't show up, what can you do to use them? We end up scoring another goal, another nice finesse shot from De Bruyne, and then a nice finesse shot from Eden Hazard. Hazard still doing work. Ball comes out to Hazard again into Gareth Bale in the centre of the park. Bale plays it back into Hazard, who threads that one through to Nasser Chadli, who once again is on the score sheet. Back-to-back game that Hazard and Chadli have both scored in. My opponent did manage to pull one goal back, some pretty weak defending from me. It was late on in the game, so I wasn't really paying too much attention. He did score, though, which kind of woke me up a little bit, just to make sure I didn't throw away a 3-goal lead. And to really make sure I didn't throw away a 3-goal lead, I decided to take the penalty with the goalkeeper in the 90th minute, which he missed off the post. A little mix-up in the defence there, falls to Cristiano Ronaldo. I believe that is only his first or second goal, and I believe he only scores 1 or 2 goals the whole draft. Ronaldo, although he is obviously 99 rated and fantastic, it was those Belgians that were just controlling the games. Lukaku, Chadli, Hazard and De Bruyne were just absolutely destroying. Into the semi-final we go. We come up against a 1-8-9-5 at the back. Let's see what he's got. So he's got a La Liga team. So this is our third in a row La Liga team. People just don't pick other choices. If I were to pick other players that weren't La Liga, that weren't Premier League, that weren't Calcio A, even like you don't even get enough Bundesliga players. You know what I mean? Like I would end up just hampering myself to the point where I wouldn't be able to win. They actually score. I say they because it is a duo that I'm playing against here. It was one person and a guest. Scored a really nice goal with Suarez off the bat, like so early on as well. And I was like, oh god, this is going to be a hell of a game, because with duos they're either absolutely phenomenal or absolutely horrendous. And it turned out to be that on this occasion, although they scored a very nice first goal, these dudes were absolutely horrendous. Romelu Lukaku getting in behind to make it 1-1, and it wasn't too long before I made it 2-1. De Bruyne loses out to Suarez, but Bale picks up the loose ball. De Bruyne plays it into Chadli, lays it off to Hazard. Hazard into Lukaku. Lukaku sees the run of Ronaldo. Ronaldo feeds back into Lukaku, and Romelu Lukaku is there to slam that one home to make it 2-1 after just 25 minutes. And you're probably thinking, you won 4-1 in game 1. You won 4-1 in game 2. There's no way you're going to win 4-1 in game 3. Well, I'll have you know that Jensen on as a sub pops that one in the back of the net to make it 3-1. Some great work from Lukaku yet again. And then late in the game, Jensen again on the ball. Sees a run of, I think, Gareth Bale there. Hazard threads it into Romelu Lukaku. Lukaku threads it into Bale. There is a run of Bale. And Gareth Bale gets the goal to make it 4-1. So we win 4-1, 4-1, 4-1. And we move on into the final. Let me tell you guys, this team was clean. It plays so well. It's so good. I was having so much fun. And I'm really happy I actually drafted like this, because this team made it easy for me. Into the final, came up against quite a weak team, all things considered. Depay as Pilaqueta, Bellerin off Chem, Toure, Gundogan, who's not the greatest, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, who's not the greatest. And this is why I do what I do, because I would rather have a superstar off Chem than have a Depay on Chem. You know, Depay's not going to be damaging enough in a game like this. And my opponent made a huge defensive error there, lets Lukaku in. Lukaku scores yet another goal. And I'm telling you, man, this Belgian quartet quartet that I had up front were just great. Cristiano Ronaldo as well did some work. He gets in behind here, nice little stop and turn, threads that one into Nacer Chadli, plays it back into Cristiano Ronaldo with another stop and turn, lays it into Nacer Chadli, who scores yet again. And 2-0 was all this opponent could handle. He decided to rage quit after 2. I was quite surprised because they were pretty much my only 2 attacks of the game. And that was the final. But that, guys, is the end of the gameplay. Let's get into the packs. So, guys, we absolutely cruised through that draft. 4-1 rage quit, 4-1, 4-1, and a 2-0 rage quit in the final. This team was phenomenal. I actually left Hazard in midfield and Chadli at cam. Chadli was good. Lukaku was probably the best player on the team. De Bruyne did well. Ronaldo didn't really get involved much. Bale was very good, scored goals. I don't know if Ronaldo actually scored, to be honest. I think all the goals came from Lukaku, Chadli, Hazard and De Bruyne, mostly the 4 Belgians there. Jensen came on and got a goal, but generally I didn't really make many subs because I didn't need to. But what you just saw there, the gameplay you just saw there, is exactly why I draft like this. Because the players, even though the chemistry might not be perfect, and even though the players might be out of position, they are still better than the counterparts that I could have had. And don't get me wrong, like I said, there are definitely times where I mistakenly pick a wrong player who could just massively help, you know? Like, I might pick like a Team of the Year Dani Alves instead of a Kyle Walker, and Kyle Walker could just give chemistry to everyone and would perform as good as Team of the Year Dani Alves, and I take Team of the Year Dani Alves because it's blue. I know I do those things, but what my point is that there is some method to my madness. Even though you guys maybe don't see it, it is there. So we get back-to-back draft wins, which I'm very happy about. We get a Premium Gold Players Pack and a Mega Pack, which isn't ideal, but we should still make profit off of this just because of how many players there are and how expensive all players are right now. We get Cahill in our first pack, and as an 83 rated, he'll actually have some decent value. Rabiot, Joãozinho, we'll send all these dudes to the club for now, and we'll send these dudes up to the trade pile for now. And then the Mega Pack, we're gonna get ourselves no big flair, no special card. It's gonna be John Terry, the transferred John Terry, no longer in the Premiership, so I don't think he'll have too much value. No transferred cards here for us either. We'll send all this stuff to the club. I got to get around to clearing the club out at one stage or another. You know, I've got so many items. I just kind of need to get rid of them all, but we'll do that some other time. This, though, guys, is going to be the end of the video. If you did enjoy it, be sure to leave a like, rating, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. But for now, guys, I'm out. Peace.